wear the crown in the capital city. From Marshall to Manning, offense ruled the day. It's about legacy in Indianapolis. These are the Colts. In Jacksonville, there's pride and sacrifice. It's the leadership of Coughlin and the heart of MJD. To stand united with our greatest heroes. These are the Jaguars.
Welcome to Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Welcome fans, Phil Nunziata here from the Dream Season Football League Radio, bringing you an AFC South matchup. The Jacksonville Jaguars play host to the division rival Indianapolis Colts. Ball is off the tee, the kick is away, and this one has begun. Former FIU Panther T.Y. Hilton takes this one out of the end zone, and he's tackled just short of the 20 at the 19-yard line. As the Colts will take the field on offense for the first time, here comes the Sheriff, the starting quarterback for the Colts. Peyton Manning, 21 touchdowns on the year, only 7 interceptions, a 61.4% completion percentage, as he's flirting with 4,000 yards passing on the season. Comes out in a shotgun. 2 running backs in the backfield, and then an audible up into under center. Jeff Saturday, the snapper, of course, for the Colts. First down and 10 from the 19. Hand off to Lenny Moore, and he will get a first down there, 10 yards at the first clip, and that brings the Colts out to the 29-yard line. Peyton Manning under center again. Calling some audibles. You can already tell he's going to run the play clock down a lot in this, and here comes James off the left side, and he gets nothing. I think they're going to call it a gain of 1. As we introduce you to the Colts offense, Marvin Harrison, Alan Amici, Lenny Moore, who we saw already, John Mackey, and Raymond Berry are the key components, other than Peyton Manning, for this Colts offense. In shotgun now at the 30-yard line for the 2nd and 9. Mackey in motion from the right to the left. Peyton Manning takes the shotgun snap, looking, fires over the middle to Marvin Harrison on a slant, and that'll be a first down and more, a pickup of 15, and Marvin Harrison's first catch on the day. This brings the Colts out to the 46-yard line, where it's first down and 10. Manning in shotgun. Letting that clock bleed all the way down at 5 seconds. Take the snap. Hands off to Lenny Moore. Was met in the backfield. And it looks like there'll be a slight loss on that play. Here's the Jags defense looking to slow down the Colts. Manning the middle. Paul Postlesny as well as Calais Campbell off the edge. Josh Allen at linebacker. And in the secondary, Jalen Ramsey and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcat legend, Rasheed Mathis. Paul Postlesny, your captain this evening. Former Penn State Nittany Lion great. Manning the middle here. Trying to slow down the Colts. This is now 2nd down and 10 at the 45. Manning under center. Hand off to James. Has a hole. Met by Postlesny after a short gain. That'll be his first tackle of the day after a gain of 4 by James. Peyton Manning in a deep shotgun now. Puts his tight end in motion. Takes a snap, has time with that protection shift. Going deep and tried to thread the sideline there, and it falls incomplete. That is a 4th and 6. That'll bring out Pat McAfee and this punting unit for the Colts. At the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield. The Jags will get their first attempt as McAfee boots this one away. And nearly a coffin kick inside the 5. It does roll in the end zone. So the Jags will take this one from the 20. Here comes Trevor Lawrence. 3 touchdowns on the year, only 1 interception, 45% completion. He is the 3rd quarterback to start for the Jags this season. Both Mark Brunell and David Garrard are out with injuries, as the former Clemson Tiger looks to right the ship here in Jacksonville. Hands off to muscle hamster Maurice Jones-Drew. And nothing doing there. Here is your Jaguar offense. Jimmy Smith, Keenan McCardell. Outside, Greg Jones at fullback, Mercedes Lewis, the tight end. And you already saw the captain there, Maurice Jones-Drew, your starting running back. Second down and 8 from the 22 for the Jags. 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Maurice Jones-Drew hands off to the halfback draw, and he's brought just shy of the first down. That'll be 3rd and inches. Jones-Drew making his case that he was on a defender and crossed the first down line, but they're going to give him 3rd and inches here from the 30. Play action for Jones-Drew. Dump off to Mercedes Lewis for a gain of 4, they're going to say, and that is a first down. First completion of the day for Trevor Lawrence out to the 34-yard line. First down and 10, 2:54 remaining in the first. I formation here. Tight end Brady goes from right to left. Handoff to Jones-Drew. Greg Jones trying to steal a block, but nothing going there. And here's your Colts defense. Bobby Boyd, Gino Machete, Bob Sanders at safety, Art Donovan, and Shaq Leonard, the linebacker here for the Colts. Looking to shut down this running attack of the Jaguars. Clearly the strength when you have a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, Fred Taylor, guys of this nature as they line up here in the I formation. Play action over the middle and nearly intercepted, intended for Mercedes Lewis. The route was jumped, and now the Jags find themselves in a 3rd down and 10. 2:15 remaining in the first. High snap. Lawrence gets it. Has time. Floats it over the middle and nearly intercepted again. And that one's going to fall incomplete. Intended there for number 15. I believe that's Mike Sims-Walker. It is now 4th and 10. And the Jags will punt this one away after 1 first down on this drive. Cook with the boot. And T.Y. Hilton corrals it at the 20. And we will now check out some other action around the league.
Plenty of playoff importance for your game, Phil. Texans driving late on the Titans-Oilers in the first quarter. An incomplete pass to Owen Daniels. And Kaimi Fairbairn boots through a field goal from 23 yards away. The Texans lead Tennessee 3-0.
Thank you guys for that. Texans strike first in their game over the Titans. Remember, regardless of what happens here today, if the Titans are not victorious, the Colts will clinch the AFC South. So that is something we're going to want to keep an eye on throughout today's afternoon, and we'll see if that affects what's going on here in Jacksonville. Pitch out to Lenny Moore, and he is gobbled up in the backfield. Loss of 3. And Jared Allen, the first one there in the backfield. Second down and 13. Peyton Manning in the shotgun, running back to his left. Second down and 13, takes a snap, looking. He's going to take off and run, and wisely slides. Gets back 2 of those yards. There's now 3rd down and 11. There you see 9-6 Colts, 9-6 Titans, AFC South standings. And the Jags at 3-12, and the Texans below them. So that's how the AFC South shapes out as this season gets closer to the playoffs. Peyton Manning going deep and is caught by Marvin Harrison, who comes back to the ball. His second catch on the day. And let's take a look at this route running here. It looks like Ramsey's got him blanketed pretty well, but he breaks inside, comes back to the ball. Ramsey thought he was going to cut towards midfield, and that's where he gets enough room to come back to that ball. And a big first down to the 45 in Jags territory. Over the middle to Marvin Harrison, and he is unsuccessful, not able to corral that one as he is thrown over the middle and takes a hit there by Allen. 6 seconds remaining in this first quarter, 2nd down and 10. Manning with the shotgun snap, looking, feels the pressure, floats it over, and he was looking for Barry. Did he get it? Let's see. They're going to say it's a catch. Barry there with the 11-yard reception, and that's going to take us to the second quarter. No score at the end of 1. Welcome back to the second quarter here of the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Indianapolis Colts. First down and 10 after a great sideline catch by Barry here at the 34-yard line as we kick off the second quarter. Peyton Manning takes the snap, looking over the middle to Lenny Moore, and he's going to get a 9-yard reception out of the backfield. There is Lenny Moore. Second down and 1 coming up for the Colts at the Jags 26 as they inch closer to the red zone. Peyton Manning takes the snap, looking over the middle, and a catch by Marvin Harrison, toe tap, and they're going to say, yes, he is in bounds. That's going to be a first down in the red zone officially now at the 18-yard line. Peyton Manning under center. Takes the snap, looking, has time, over the middle to Marvin Harrison, makes the catch.
Number 88, there for the reception.
And that'll be a 4-yard gain for the Colts, bringing them down to the 14. Peyton Manning in shotgun. Takes the snap, low snap, able to corral that, has time, over the middle. Intercepted, looking for Barry there. Little miscommunication, could have been intercepted by this Jag secondary, but it falls incomplete. Third down and 6 from the 14. 6:06 remaining in the second quarter. Peyton Manning under center. Takes the snap, going deep to the right side, and it is incomplete. Peyton Manning looking for, I believe that was Barry again. And that's going to fall incomplete, and the first points of this game could potentially be an Adam Vinatieri field goal here from the 14-yard line. Kick is up, and it is good. Colts strike first. That lead 3-0.
Thanks, Phil. Out in Houston, the team that used to play in Houston on the move. Warren Moon and the Titans Oilers able to find Frank Wycheck for a massive gain. That set up Rob Baronis for a 47-yard field goal. He splits the uprights. They are deadlocked in Houston. Back out to you, Phil, in Jacksonville.
Thank you for that update, guys. Titans not going away, tying that one up at 3 apiece over in Houston. As the Jags will begin their second offensive drive here. Jimmy Smith kneels this one down in the end zone. The Jags will take this one at the 20-yard line. 5:55 remaining in the second quarter. As we line up here under center, Trevor Lawrence at the 20-yard line. And looks like we got a procedural penalty here. False start on the Jags. Not the direction you want to go if you're Jacksonville to kick this one off. It'll now be 1st and 15 from the 15. Still 5:55 remaining in the second. Trevor Lawrence under center. Takes a snap. Feels the pressure. Lets one go. And it is incomplete. Looking for Keenan McCardell. And is quickly a 2nd and 15 now for the Jags. Trevor Lawrence under center takes the snap, and a handoff to Maurice Jones-Drew on the draw. Gets back a lot of those penalty yards and nearly picks up a first down. It'll be now a 3rd and inches from the 30 for Jacksonville. Lawrence under center again. Fred Jones at fullback. A pitch out to Maurice Jones-Drew, and Greg Jones sealed that block, but the Colts defense came in flying afterwards, and he is just short. That's not going to be enough, and that's going to bring up 4th down now for the Colts. Shaq Leonard, the one that flew in there and made that stop just in time. As the Colts will have to, the Jags will have to punt this one away to the Colts. 4:44 remaining in the second. Cook boots this one away. And T.Y. Hilton will make a short return out to right about the 30.
Colts do have an outside chance to come away with a first-round bye. The Raiders fighting for the AFC West title, having all they can handle against the Chargers. Huge connection to Lance Allworth, and then Paul Lowe scores a touchdown run for the Chargers. They lead the Raiders 14-7. Back out to you, Phil.
Thank you guys for that update out west. We now return to Jacksonville, Florida. 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Colts here with a 3-point lead with about 4.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Peyton Manning out of the shotgun. And takes the snap, has time, doesn't feel a lot of pressure here. Dumps over the middle to Marvin Harrison. He now has 60 yards receiving on 5 catches. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 after that 6-yard gain. 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter, as the Colts are at the 36-yard line. Manning takes the snap, hands off to Lenny Moore, breaks a tackle, and it looks like he will pick up a 1st down right at the 40-yard line. The Colts continue to methodically move down the field with short yardage passes and runs. As Peyton Manning back in the shotgun formation, looks to his sideline, makes some changes. Takes the snap, Peyton Manning has time, feels no pressure. Over the middle to Marvin Harrison again, and that's going to put him at 72 yards today, out to Jags territory, the 48-yard line, and a big 1st down as the second quarter ticks closer to a close. Peyton Manning looking to find the end zone here in this 3-minute offense. Play action to Lenny Moore over the middle, caught by Dallas Clark, the tight end, down to the 1st down marker at the 10-yard line, and he's just right up the seam. They lose track of him there, able to bring him down eventually, but not after a huge gain, as the Jags call timeout so they can reassess their defense here. Down to the 11-yard line are the Colts now, with 2.5 minutes remaining on 1st down. Peyton Manning hands off to James, and he's going to get about a 5-yard pickup. The Jags looking to save as much time as possible for their next drive as they call their 2nd timeout already. Peyton Manning under center in the I formation. Peyton Manning takes the snap, has 2 backs in the backfield to block for him. Peyton Manning takes a hit, and I think that won't be a sack, but still a huge hit to bring up 3rd and 7. Peyton Manning not a quarterback that gets hit very often, so he might very well be feeling that one here at the 8-yard line. The most painful 3 yards he's possibly ever gained after a hit like that. Peyton Manning under center takes the snap. How will he respond? Dumps off to Berry, and he makes the catch. Rick Berry just shy of the 1st down. That's your 2-minute warning break, as we're right back to the action here at the 1. Started out in an offset I, and we've spread the defense back out here. Let's see what they do. Under center is Peyton Manning, and takes the snap, feels the blitz, and he gets it over the middle to Amici, and it's a touchdown for the Colts. Take a look at this here. Amici cuts inside and makes the catch in the end zone, and that will extend the Colts' lead to 10, assuming this Adam Vinatieri extra point is good, as it often is. And now the Colts lead by 10 with 1:57 remaining in the second quarter.
Just like how the Colts need a win to clinch division today, the Patriots need the same to wrap up the AFC East. Good start for the Patriots. Randy Moss with a touchdown catch from Tom Brady. And the Patriots lead Buffalo 7-3 near the end of the first half. Back out to you, Phil.
Randy Moss having himself a day in rainy Foxborough as we return to Jacksonville, Florida. Alan Amici, 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown, and that's enough to put the Colts up by 10 as Jones-Drew kneels this one in the end zone. No timeouts for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. 1:56 remaining at their 20-yard line before halftime. Let's see if they're able to move the ball, which they have not done a whole lot of to start this game, as we begin with an 8-yard curl route to Mercedes Lewis, the tight end. And the Jags are going to go no huddle here. Dumped over the middle to Mercedes Lewis again for another 1st down. Out to the 37. That clock is ticking, and the Jags are moving. Over the middle, this time to Jimmy Smith. That's a short one, only a 3-yard completion on that inside route. Out to the 40-yard line, 1:20 remaining. Lawrence Dumps it off to Maurice Jones-Drew, and that is sniffed out after maybe a gain of 2 out of the backfield.
Gain of 2 on the play.
3rd and 5 from the 42. Minute 08 remaining. Trevor Lawrence takes the snap. He's looking, has time, uncorks one over the middle to Mercedes Lewis, right past the Jags logo at midfield. From there, 42 to the Colts 46-yard line. And we're going to go deep over the middle to Mercedes Lewis again, down to the 25-yard line. They have found something here with this no-huddle, catching the Colts off guard. And I was wondering how long they were going to go before a spike. And let's see Mercedes Lewis here. Very versatile tight end, makes the catch, takes the hit right at the 25-yard line. And now 44 seconds at the 25, much more manageable than when this drive started. Over the middle to Lawrence and nearly intercepted. Looking for Robinson there. And it's now 3rd down and 10 at the 25. Oh, not the direction you want to go. Their second false start of the day. It's going to make this 3rd and 15 from the 30. As the Jags looking to get any kind of points here before the end of this first half. Lawrence under center, takes the snap. Going over the middle, nearly intercepted. Trevor Lawrence looking for anybody there in the corner of the end zone. They'll settle for a field goal here. Field goal attempt from the 30-yard line on this 4th and 15. Bortles holds it, and the kick is up, and it is good. The Jags get their first points of the day. It's now 10-3 Colts.
Jacksonville on the scoreboard, but good news for Colts fans. Deshaun Watson late in the first half throws into a crowd and finds Andre Johnson. Texans late in the first half lead Houston, Tennessee 13-3.
Andre Johnson and the Texans going up a touchdown now on the Tennessee Titans. Again, that's a game that the Colts would want to keep an eye on regardless of what's happening here. T.Y. Hilton with a fumble, and is picked up by Alan Amici. Johnny on the spot. Had the Jags recovered that one, it would have really made for an interesting remaining 22 seconds. But as the Colts maintain this, I assume they're just going to run this one out. We'll see what happens here. Manning hands off to Lenny Moore. And I would assume, Colts call a timeout. I can't say I agree with that decision, as they're all the way back at the 31. They do have 2 more timeouts, so we'll see what they decide to do here. Peyton Manning takes the snap, uncorks one deep down the field. Nearly caught by Barry, and that would have been an interesting situation. They would have been able to call a timeout, probably had 11 seconds or so left from the 20. Well, now we'll see if they go deep one more time. Really going for the jugular here against the Jags. Over the middle to Marvin Harrison. And they call their second timeout of the half. Peyton Manning with plenty of time. Sees Marvin Harrison over the middle and makes that first down completion. With only 5 seconds remaining, only one play you can call from your own 43. And everybody's going deep. And Peyton Manning looking for a Hail Mary as he lets this one fly deep down the field. And it is touched by a few people, but ultimately falls incomplete. Reggie Wayne had a hand on that for a second. But that's going to be your halftime score as the Colts lead the Jags going into the locker room 10-3. Welcome back to Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville, Florida. The Colts lead 10-3 coming out to the second half. You see the halftime stats there. As we're getting ready to kick off the second half, the Colts kicking off to the Jags. An Alan Amici 1-yard touchdown catch has been the difference so far. As Jimmy Smith takes this return, it's a fumble picked up by Ingram. And that would have been a disastrous way to start for the Jags. As it is, it's 1st down and 10 from the 19. And Trevor Lawrence and the Jags looking to get some of that fire they had at the end of the first half, and that's not how you start. Hendricks diving interception at the 30. After 3 tackles, a interception there for Hendricks, and that is not how you want to start if you're Jacksonville. And now the Colts have prime real estate to begin this drive here at the Jags 30-yard line. Peyton Manning under center. Just a back-breaking way for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags after showing some life there at the end of the first half over the middle to Berry. That's going to be an 8-yard reception for Rick Berry. 2nd down and 2 from the 22. Peyton Manning in shotgun. Takes a snap, looking, feels some pressure from the blind side, and he is hit and sacked. Calais Campbell off the edge. Didn't even have a chance to see him coming there. Felt the pressure at the end, but it was too late. That's going to back them up to a 3rd down and 10 here at the 30-yard line. Over the middle to Reggie Wayne. And that was just shy of the 1st down. I think we're going to get a measurement, and we are. And as suspected, just shy of the 1st down. Reggie Wayne, his first catch of the day for 9, needed 10. Down to the 21, and a bend but not break approach there by the Jags defense with 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Adam Vinatieri lining up for his 2nd field goal of the day. After a fumble recovery on the kickoff. And they'll now increase their lead to 10 here in Jacksonville. Colts 13, Jags 3.
More good news for Colts fans. Although the Oilers left Houston for Tennessee, Arian Foster says, "This is our town." The Texans lead the Titans Oilers 24-3. Back out to you, Phil.
And things are looking good for the Colts all around here. A 10-point lead here in Jacksonville. The Texans up multiple scores on the Titans as Maurice Jones-Drew takes this one out of the end zone. He's tackled at the 16 to set up another Jacksonville offensive possession. Nearly impossible to be worse than their last one here, as we'll see if they're able to move the ball like they did at the end of the first half. Trevor Lawrence under center takes a snap, looking over the middle, nearly intercepted again. And that one was intended for Jimmy Smith. 2nd down and 10 from the 16. In the shotgun now after feeling that pressure on the 1st down attempt. Looking to give himself some room out to Mercedes Lewis, and he will pick up a 1st down. His 6th catch of the day for 63 yards. A very productive day for the tight end. Not super unusual. Under center now in an I-back formation. Play action to Maurice Jones-Drew rolling. Had Mercedes Lewis open again. Also had Jimmy Smith, and he is hit, and that hand was going forward, so we're going to call that incomplete. And now we're going to call it 2nd and 10 from the 26. 5:10 remaining in the 3rd. Handoff to Maurice Jones-Drew. Breaks a tackle, attempts to break a 2nd, but Bob Sanders had other plans, and now it's 3rd down and 9. Staying in the shotgun formation is Trevor Lawrence. Fred Taylor checks into the game, and he dumps it off to Mercedes Lewis. Makes a catch, but short of the 1st down. And this drive will stall out at the 33-yard line. And Cook takes it and boots this one away. T.Y. Hilton waiting for this. Fumbled himself on his last return. That one was recovered, though, due to a heads-up play by Alan Amici. As this one, he is tackled at the 31. Under center is Peyton Manning, calling out his audibles, as he often does. 1st down and 10. Takes the snap, looking over the middle to Berry, and he is stonewalled just before the 1st down by Paul Posluszny. That'll be his 4th catch of the day, bringing his receiving total to 36. It is now 2nd down and 1. 3:21 remaining in the 3rd. Colts at their own 40-yard line. Peyton Manning hands off to James, and he finds a hole and picks up the first down. Edgerrin James, his 4th carry today, easily his best on the day, brings his total to 19 as he picks up a good first one, brings them right to midfield here at the 49. Peyton Manning in the shotgun, Edgerrin James staying in the game, and he is hit and dropped the second time today. This time Darcel Darius with the sack. Gets right by Edgerrin James, who is meant to pick up any blitzers, and takes down Peyton Manning his second time on the turf today. 2nd down and 17 from the 42. Peyton Manning under center, over the middle, intercepted by Vic Beasley, and it's going back the other way, and he is tackled at the 48-yard line. Mistake, that's Alvin Beasley, as he reads this one perfectly, breaks on the Marvin Harrison route just in time, and a rare interception. His 8th on the year is Peyton Manning, and that may pump some life into this Jags offense. Trevor Lawrence hands off to Fred Taylor, the newest inductee, one of the newest inductees in the Football Hall of Fame. Down to the 36-yard line. And this is what the Jags need to stay in this one. An end around to Jimmy Smith. I'm sorry, that was Jimmy Smith, tackled by Miller. Only a 2-yard gain on the little gadget play. But you got to try something different if you're the Jags. Time is running out. Down 10. Only one really pseudo-successful drive here for the Jags so far, as they hand this one off to Maurice Jones-Drew. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 as the final seconds of this third quarter tick away. 3rd down and 2 for the Jags at the 28. Looking for their first red zone trip of the afternoon. Low snap handled by Lawrence. He goes over the middle to the outside. He makes the catch. We will see. And they're going to say Keenan McCardell was out of bounds. And they're going to have to settle for another field goal. Josh Scobie lines this one up from the 28. Blake Bortles with the hold. Scobie right down Broadway. Or should I say Ybor. And the Jags with their second field goal of the day. Colts still lead 13-6.
Drama building in the AFC East. Dolphins need a win to stay alive for the playoffs. Not doing themselves any favors here. Curtis Martin, a 5-yard touchdown run. Lindo Mare boots through a field goal from 46 yards out. Jets lead the Dolphins 10-6, starting the 4th. Back out to Phil Nunziata.
Not a great day for offense if you're a Florida team, it seems, today. We'll see if the Jags are able to break that in the 4th quarter as they make their second field goal to cut the lead to 7 again. As the Colts will take this one more, brought it out to the 22-yard line. 26 seconds remaining in the 3rd on this first down play call for the Colts. Manning under center, takes a snap, looking, has time, over the middle to Marvin Harrison. Paul Posluszny was there to jar that one loose and separate him from the football, bringing up 2nd down and 10 with 20 seconds remaining. Peyton Manning under center, hands off to Edgerrin James. He gets loose and picks up a first down. A mean 12-yard run there by Edgerrin James, who's feeling it in the later stages of this one. And that'll bring us to the 4th quarter. The Colts lead 13-6, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the 4th quarter of this AFC South matchup. The Indianapolis Colts looking to clinch the division with a win against their rival Jacksonville Jaguars here in Everbank Field. And they head into the 4th quarter enjoying a 7-point lead. The only touchdown of the day, a 1-yard catch by Alvin Amici diving into the end zone as Paul Posluszny makes that tackle on Lenny Moore after a 3-yard gain. And the Colts have a few ways they can go about this. They can just try to take as much time as possible, as the Jags offense hasn't been particularly impressive today, but they have moved the ball more the more this game has gone on. So that's something. Peyton Manning takes the snap, uncorks this one. He's looking for the dagger, and it is overthrown. Not something you see very often, but Reggie Wayne not quite able to get under that one. The connection between these two guys is usually automatic, so that is definitely a rare sight to behold, as that could have really slammed the door on any potential comeback. But as it is now, 3rd down and 7. 7:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. Peyton Manning in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking, has time. O-line doing a good job, but maybe too good a job, as there's a flag out, and I'm guessing that is holding. We're going to go deep down the field, and that's caught by Barry, but that is going to be a holding call, which negates the great catch there, as Ray Donaldson with the hold. That's going to negate what would have been a first down catch. And now the Colts are going to punt this one away. Pat McAfee back there boots this one away, nearly had a coffin kick on his first attempt. This one will be corralled at the 15 by Keenan McCardell, and now the Jags with a chance to tie it right after this.
Although it's up for grabs for Colts fans in Jacksonville, not the case in Houston. Deshaun Watson finds DeAndre Hopkins for a first down, and then Ka'imi Fairbairn with a 50-yard field goal. The Texans lead the Titans 27-3. Looking good for the Colts. Back out to Phil Nunziata in Jacksonville.
The Texans continue to pile it on to the Titans here, and while things are going fine here for the Colts, it looks like they may clinch that playoff berth regardless of what happens here. They might not know that currently, so they're going to try and close this one out with a win as Lawrence floats this one out, looking for Evan Ingram, and it bounces off his hands, could have been intercepted. Bringing up 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10 from the 26. Trevor Lawrence under center. 2 timeouts remaining. Pitch out to Jones-Drew, and that is sniffed out in a hurry. Betha flying into the backfield, bringing up a 3rd and 14 for the Jags. Trevor Lawrence takes the snap, looking, goes over the middle, and that is intercepted by June, and that's going back the other way. And that might just do it here in Jacksonville. Still 6 minutes remaining, but any sort of points out of the Colts on this drive might be insurmountable with the way this offense has been for Jacksonville today and really all season. Peyton Manning under center, looking to throw over the middle, but Paul Posluszny gets the ball right back. A rare interception followed by an interception, looking for Marvin Harrison, and we'll call it jumps the route on that one, and Paul Posluszny putting the Jags right back into perspective. A rare 2-interception game for Peyton Manning, bringing his season total up to 10. And now the Jags, as I was ready to write them off, have the opportunity to tie this one up on this trip down the field. 2nd down and 7. Trevor Lawrence going deep down the field, and it is overthrown just past the fingertips of Keenan McCardell. Now 3rd down and 7. At their own 30. 5:33 remaining in this fourth quarter. Trevor Lawrence takes the snap over the middle to Fred Taylor. His first catch of the day with a 9-yard reception, picking up the first down. Trevor Lawrence hands off to Maurice Jones-Drew for a short gain of 2 before Leonard makes his first tackle of the day. 2nd down now and 8. Trevor Lawrence under center. 4.5 minutes remaining. Another handoff to Jones-Drew. Met with a similar fate. Another 2-yard gain. And the running attack, which is usually a strength of this Jacksonville offense, not doing a lot here today, bringing up a 3rd down and 6 as we get under the 4-minute mark, and Buckner just smokes Trevor Lawrence there. Huge sack, bringing up the punting unit. And we're talking about slamming the door on him last time. That very well may have shut the door on this Jags offense, as they have to punt this one away to Peyton Manning with only 3 minutes or so remaining as the Colts get the ball back.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Colts still in play for a first-round bye. In Foxborough, the Patriots can be the 2 seed or out of the playoffs. Julian Edelman gets hit. Mike Stratton comes up with the recovery for the Bills. They've got the football with 4:21 to go. Coming down to the wire, the AFC East, Phil.
And the Bills not going away there in Foxborough. A rare Julian Edelman fumble, and that puts the Bills in a pretty good situation, up by 1. With only about 4 minutes or so remaining in that game. We'll see how that one shakes out. Be sure to stay tuned to the DSFL YouTube channel to see the results of all these games, as Edgerrin James with the handoff and picks up 5, and more importantly keeps that clock running, as we're now inside of 3 minutes. The Colts could be looking to kill the clock here as they're in the I formation. Fullback checked into the game. Amici is the fullback. And a handoff to Edgerrin James with Amici as the lead blocker. And that's going to be a gain of nothing. It does cause the Jags to use their second timeout.
No gain on the play.
Under center is Peyton Manning. Calls an audible, brings everybody in. Marvin Harrison out to the near side of your screen. And a handoff to Lenny Moore. And he is tackled by Hardy, bringing up a 4th down and 6. This will go all the way to the 2-minute warning before McAfee comes out for his 3rd appearance to boot this one away. And it's going to come right down to it with just under 2 minutes and 1 timeout. The Jacksonville Jaguars will get this ball back with the chance to tie it right at the end of regulation. They'll begin at the 20-yard line.
Phil, after the fumble recovery from Mike Stratton, Josh Allen, the Bills on 3rd and 7. It's Allen that takes it himself for a 1st down. And right after the 2-minute warning, O.J. Simpson runs in from a yard out. Patriots, though, get the football back with 1:58 to go. That counts to Phil Nunziata.
O.J. Simpson adding to the lead for the Bills in a rainy Foxborough game. We'll see if they're able to hold on to what would be an upset this late in the season. As the Jags looking for their own upset, and that's not how you do it. Their 3rd false start penalty of the afternoon. They always seem to come in the worst times, kicking off of drives, which seems like a really strange time for that to be a situation for them. But here we are for the 3rd time today. 1st down and 15 from the 15. Lawrence over the middle to Ingram. He'll make his first catch of the day. 7-yard completion, gets back the penalty yardage and a little extra. Trevor Lawrence takes that shotgun snap. He's going to take off to run, and he is blasted at the 29-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and 1, and they got to run to the no huddle. They've had some success with it earlier today. Trevor Lawrence looking, has some time, goes deep down the field, and it's caught by Evan Ingram for the 2nd catch today. This one, a huge 1st down, out to the 29-yard line. And you see the stats from the quarterbacks today, not an offensive masterpiece by either team here, neither quarterback. But here we are with a minute remaining, looking for Keenan McCardell, and that falls incomplete. The Jags looking to stay alive. Now let's check this one out here. Evan Ingram with a fake to the outside and right up the seam before he is finally dragged down after a huge 1st down. Easily the biggest offensive completion of the day for Jacksonville. 1:05 remaining. Trevor Lawrence takes the snap over the middle to Robinson, and it's going to be a short pickup of 3 with the clock still rolling. We are now inside a minute as the Jags reach their 25-yard line, the Colts' 25-yard line. Over the middle to Maurice Jones-Drew, and that's going to be a 4th down and 2. No hesitation here. This could be the ball game. Trevor Lawrence takes the snap. He's looking. He goes over the middle and caught by Evan Ingram, who's shooken up, but he did make the completion at the 11. It's a shame he'll have to come out now because he's really given this offense some life on this drive. 36 seconds remaining. Lawrence over the middle and could have been intercepted, looking for what I believe was McCardell, and that goes right off the hands of the defender. That could have ended the game right there. Here we are at the 11. Trevor Lawrence in the shotgun. 34 seconds remaining. Lawrence takes the snap. He's looking over the middle to Maurice Jones-Drew, and he's going to get a 3rd down and inches. And now the Jags huddle up, or no huddle, excuse me, to the 20 seconds remaining over the middle, and it's incomplete. And this could be your ball game. 4th down and inches at the 1-yard line. 16 seconds remaining. The Jags looking to send this one to overtime. Trevor Lawrence, play action, outside to Greg Jones, and he is stonewalled at the 1. I got to look at this one here. Was it enough for the first down? And it is not. And Greg Jones, his first catch of the day, looking to pick up the first down, inches short, and that's going to do it here in Jacksonville. As the Indianapolis Colts walk into Jacksonville and defeat their rivals 13-6. And Ted Hendricks with that huge interception, 5 tackles, he will be the player of the game as they can now begin celebrating as the Indianapolis Colts come into Jacksonville and defeat the Jaguars 13-6 and punch their ticket to the playoffs. For Dream Season Football League Radio, I am Phil Nunziata. We'll see you next time.